Hey everybody, it's Jillian again. So I do pay attention to my Facebook. I have a lot of different people, a lot of different friends. Some are influencers in the health and wellness world, and others are influencers in other areas, maybe spiritual, maybe they're influencers in motivational speaking, in selling a specific product, politics. And so if you're constantly a presence on Facebook and you're putting out videos and you're doing some kind of like promotion of your perspective, because I see a lot of people out there putting out their perspective, they're trying to gain market share, trying to gain followers because of the way in which you look at the world. Maybe you're in music, maybe you're in so many different, areas. But what happens is that people who are in specific areas of influence, they get stagnant. They get stagnant because they're working with the same biochemistry, and they haven't really changed the biochemistry too much to make any marked difference. And so then you're constantly looping in the same information. And so I challenge those of you who are influencers in other areas to do the J juice. Change your biochemistry, because then I can see actually your material. If you want to gain more followers with new and different information on the same thing, you have to actually kind of put yourself in a different experience, not just go and travel and try to, and do it that way, which, yeah, you could do it that way, but you're still bringing yourself to those situations. So your perspective, so when you go through different situations and you run your perspective of that situation through a body that has the very same biochemistry, you haven't changed it too much, the way in which you communicate it is not going to be any different than you ever done, even if you were in a different area. Like you traveled from one area to another, but it's still you. It's still your perspective on the same biochemistry. And so, how you can improve upon your influencing in whatever area, music, health, mental health, spirituality, politics, selling of a product, whatever it is that if you actually change the biochemistry, that's how you can improve. Because I'm telling you, every single time I went through some kind of controversy and I kept upping my dosage of J juice, more revelations happened, more awakenings. I switched things up. When I was faced with the Federal Trade Commission trying to come down on me and faced with the threat of the government, I've pretty much adapted pretty quickly, changed my tune. And then guess what? A whole new revelation came to surface. And then I capitalized on it. And then I started writing, and I started then making more connections. And I kept drinking the J juice, upping the dosages, changing the biochemistry. Oh, more revelations. So then whatever you put your mind to, whatever it is, it starts actually coming to fruition. And then you get better at it. And then you start seeing more people take an interest. Okay, but I have no idea what that's going to look like, because I have no idea really, truly what's in your background that's going to cause you to have different revelations to then be able to offer it to your audience. Because, yeah, you can speak the same language to the same people all the time, and you'll have the same likes and the same whatever and the same this, and okay. But how do you jump to the next level? Because you can only talk about the same thing for so long before people get bored of your information. And so you have to keep pushing. And that's what our society is about with competition and producing, is you have to keep pushing the envelope. That's what they do on YouTube. These YouTube stars, they keep trying to push the envelope to get more market share, to get more viewers, so that way they get more hits and clicks. And then they feed off of me, which, okay, that's fine. They're free marketing. Okay. But who knows how you would take this J juice, run it through your system, your perspective with a specific focus that you have. who knows what kind of really unique or just completely revolutionary thought processes you can develop because you opened up your pineal gland and you released the sludge, and now your thinking is going to be that much quicker, and then you start speaking to people's listenings, and then you improve their lives. And then maybe you bring in J Juice too. Is that always Jillian's angle? Well, I mean, I'm telling you, biochemistry is huge. I don't expect everyone to bring the J Juice on their platform when it comes to their music or whatever they're doing. I don't expect that. I'm spitting. I don't expect that. Okay? But it's just a free tip to those of you who are influencers, who do have clout in your community. How can you be more effective in your message if you're still running the same biochemistry in your body or anesthetizing yourself? Okay, you want to improve the message of whatever it is that you focus on, you got to get your biochemistry well balanced. And that includes keep upping the dosage, and then you start, realizing that some of your politics and some of your remedies are really not that necessary. And really what you need is this, because that way you can clear the sludge out so you can have access to the universe. And then you are at one with the universe. And then the universe clues you in on which direction you need to take that's going to be aligned with the body, mind, and spirit. Okay? And so I don't always drink a quart. I don't drink a quart a day. I barely even drink like a cup a day. I may do a cup every couple days, but I poop very well. I don't eat a whole lot, but if I do, it all comes out the same way it came in. Not always exactly, but it's like, a core sample from the earth. You see the layers of strata of the food that I ate in actual order. Okay. So when I do this, I want to jump myself up to the next level. So when you guys are doing the J Juice and you're used to doing a quart a day, if that's what you're doing, or you're doing like 2 cups a day, every so often change it up and increase the dosage, because maybe you've plateaued. Of course, you drink water. And then who knows what's next? Right now, I'm pushing the envelope because I have no idea what I'm supposed to be, what I'm supposed to evolve into. I have no idea to really what potential my body, mind, and spirit has. And I'm willing to keep pushing the envelope because I have no fear. This is not poisonous. Sky's the freaking limit. And there's still a lot of need out there in the world. There's still a lot of changes that need to happen out there in the world. And if I can be that much more effective in my message to all of you, it's going to make you then that more effective in the message to everybody that you have, because you're trying to align your body, mind, and spirit, because you all want to live. It's just kind of coming out in a very misaligned way. Some say, oh, yeah, I want to live, but you have protocols and practices that are putting you more on the death trajectory. So there's a little bit of a misalignment. So I'm just trying to have you see that there's some kind of like hypocrisy going on, not a bad thing because it happens, and see if we can get really the body, mind, and spirit completely aligned to where you can articulate exactly when your gut says something is wrong, where you're not emoting or reacting or being an activist or demonizing any person, place, or thing, to where you actually can articulate exactly why your gut says this is a red flag in a way that is diplomatic. And that's the other talents that you will then develop during your process with the J Juice, is that you will become very, very articulate. And you would be unifying the human race, not dividing it, because you realize that everybody is imbalanced. They have been taught imbalanced ways of thinking, and you understand that that's what they're going through. It doesn't mean you have to accept it, but there's a way to set your boundaries, but still get the message out there that they have a possibility to change their world if they want to. Not everyone's gonna, okay, not everyone's going to, but at least you'll be able to practice the way in which you at least deliver a message to your own people. Much less, talking to strangers is difficult, but you already have a built-in audience of people that are looking to you. And if I can help you make your message that much clearer, because I know ultimately you guys are pro-life, ultimately, I'm all for it. So I keep pushing the envelope. Okay. That's my goal in life. And I'll tell you, this ain't easy. This is, I barely, I mean, I do this every, like at this point, once a month. So this is a huge upset of my homeostasis. Okay. And so I gotta do waterfalls. I haven't done waterfalls in a while, but I've been pooping every day. So, and this is strong. Some of you will not be able to do a quart right off the bat, just so you know. You'll probably only do a cup or a tablespoon. Okay, but those of you that can do a quart right off the bat in one sitting without throwing up, without freaking out, you are right there. You're right there. You're on your way to an amazing life. But those of you who are struggling, even taking a tablespoon or even a cup, it's going to be a battle. And you've just begun. So here we go. Where's my little ghosty that's in here? This has been in my refrigerator for about like 2 months, 3 months. So this is like a 3 month ferment. All right. Remember to drink water afterwards, and you're going to be thirsty. You're going to be drinking water and doing waterfalls. Okay. And I had nothing to eat today except for a cup of coffee. Okay, here we go. That's 2 cups. It's not that bad, especially when you let it ferment longer than, hey, Stevie, Elizabeth, yes. Especially when you let it ferment for longer than like 3 or 4 days. Okay. But yeah. And I already see my influencers that are focusing on the J juice, but from a different perspective. Their material gets interesting all the time because you know why? Because my material gets interesting all the time. So anyone affiliated with J juice in some way is going to be far more interesting. Okay? Far more interesting no matter what. So anytime you've been exposed to this, you are going to be effective. So here we go. And the reason why it's so clear, not so clear, but it doesn't have the solids, is because it's been fermenting for so long that all the solids actually sink to the bottom. And so when you actually when you move it and it moves around, then you see the colony forming units, the lactobacillus, sometimes in like sheets kind of floating around. Okay, that's the lactobacillus. That's the lactic acid. This is lactic acid as well as nutrients and electrolytes in water. And then you start feeling your cells sing, because now you're electrifying your body with electrolytes. And then new ideas come to mind. You get to the next level, or you'll be, on the toilet right away, or you'll be sitting down with a major headache, because that's part of the first of the healing process. But I've done 3 of these before in one sitting. I probably could do another quart if I want to. But I had no trouble drinking this, which means that my body did need it or want it, or, and so anyways, yeah, so sometimes it'll be easier, sometimes it'll be harder. Some of you might throw up. Okay, and it's just the nature of just how your biochemistry is in the beginning. Okay. Yes, Krista, and Elizabeth. Yeah, when you do a longer ferment, it's easier. You can do as short as 3 days, but you can do as long as like forever. All right, let me just down this. It's more sour. It tastes like pickle juice right now. But it does get a little bit harder as I get more in. You're like, you got that, finish it. I know. I'm telling you, this stuff is very strong. Okay. I could do it. I could do it. I could do it. Yeah, this is cold, Krista, but you're right. Warm actually is like super strong for me. I can't really handle it warm too much. Yeah, CVG goes, yeah, my months long are salty and smooth, not foul smelling anymore. Oh, that's good. That's good. So that's and then you start blowing your nose. Remember, your body, thanks, Elizabeth. Your body is going to have mucus come up because there's minerals that your body doesn't need to use. And then when you do waterfalls, it's minerals that your body doesn't need to use, and it takes out anything else. And if there's any kind of weaknesses through adaptation or upset of homeostasis through any kind of action, activity, through a season change, an environment change, the body will then repair, and then you also store minerals. Okay, so there's so many minerals in this that then you start, then you fill any reserves that are then emptying itself out due to keeping you alive. Okay, so it's like I get my minerals and my nutrients through the food supply, as well as then when I do something like this. And then when I have any excess stuff in my colon or in my intestines and I do the waterfalls, because waterfalls are necessary. You can't get away with doing a tablespoon a day. That's for someone, I mean, you can do it for a kid in the beginning, but as they get older, they're going to need a lot more as they go through the growth process, because every single growth process, their body does get weaker. So you have to keep supporting them through the different developments. And so this is why when people are degrading, they need to do the J juice, and then it then reverses the degradation process. So instead of degrading down, they're upgrading. So we're now changing the trajectory. And that's the whole point of J juice, is changing the trajectory. And then you see changes in me. I'm telling you, if you looked at me a couple years ago, you'd be like, holy crap, wow, I see a change. Because I see a change even, I mean, I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, I look different. When you guys actually wake up and you look different, you look in the mirror, you're like, oh my God, I look like I did back when I was like 20. I mean, I'm 46, gonna be 46 pretty soon. Okay, imagine looking like this 10 years, 15 years from now. Okay, and I'm not fat, just so you know. I'm pretty, I mean, I'm not going to show you my whole body, but I mean, I'm wearing really baggy stuff, but I'm pretty slim. I'm very slim. Okay, but I'm not going to like show my body to you guys because I don't want to do that. But I'm very proportional. Okay, and that's what it comes down to, is that J juice makes you proportional to what you were meant to be. And Krista, yeah, the shot of my hair, thank you, Stevie. Yeah, and Krista, you look amazing. Those photos, you look amazing. And Stevie G, thank you. My hair is shiny. I mean, I don't always comb it, but it's so healthier now. Okay, and so it's long. I haven't cut it since, actually, Dr. Phil, I haven't cut it in like 2 years. Okay, so these are the benefits that you'll get, but you got to stay on the J juice. And you're going to have times, you guys, where you're going to want to sit in front of Netflix and just watch Netflix all day long because you're irritated, you're irritable, you have a headache, you have a stomach ache, your arm hurts or something hurts because you're going through a healing process. Thanks, Jacob. You could easily pass as a freshman in college. Yeah, I mean, I'm saying that, you know, you guys, you're going to just go through and it's going to be fun. That's the thing, is the healing process is going to be fun because because you're going to have to conceptually think about the benefits. Okay. You can't think about how it tastes, how it smells, or like the healing or the pain. You have to know where you're headed to. You already have to already plan out and see. So I'm kind of giving you a heads up. This is your future. No, you're not going to look like me, but you're going to see then the outcome. And then you're also going to be shivering. You might get cold, okay? And that is the body getting all of the blood, and the temperature kind of drops in your body. It just depends on how much you drank and then what it's trying to do to then fix your cells and then push everything down so you can, then when you do waterfalls, you warm back up. Okay, so that's, which I haven't done this in a while. I haven't done this in a while, so I forget that, yeah, you're going to have a little bit of chills, okay? So this is for you, Jacob. When you start this, you're going to have chills in the beginning. You're going to be cold, okay? And then when you do the waterfalls, you warm back up. The temperature comes back up. And this doesn't always happen. But if I haven't done the J juice in a while like this, where I drink like a quart in like one sitting and I go through the waterfalls, yes, I will be cold. And of course, now that it's wintertime, now I'm like, okay, where's a fire? I need to build a fire. But this is just, you know, something to look forward to. And I plan today is to pick up dog poo and do waterfalls. Okay, so today is a poop day. Picking up poop and getting rid of poop. My dog has her poop all over the lawn that I have to go and pick up. So I'm doing that today. But yeah, you're going to be mucusy. So yeah, you're going to enjoy it. And that's why I can't wait for you to get the book, Jacob. And then you go in my group. And then that way you can talk about your healing process in a very condensed group, where if somebody that's kind of like you wants to see what a guy goes through. Because, I mean, they hear about Kevin, and Kevin is great with his healing process. But I really do want some new blood in there to give a different perspective. Okay? And so then what happens is then it'll take a minute for my system to go through its processes, for then me to go and do the waterfalls. And then I'll get thirsty. Okay? And so what happens is then you'll get thirsty. You'll drink a bunch of water. You'll do more waterfalls. You get off the toilet, and then you have to get back on the toilet again. You might see some worms. You might see some different colors. Your butt's going to be kind of burning because all that excess acids that your body's been harboring is going to come out. Okay, so then you can utilize the J juice on your butt, or you can use coconut oil or whatever, you know, that you have found that helps the burning on your butt because of the lactic acid or the acid that's coming out of your butt, that's excess, that's in your system that needs to be released. Because people do have acid imbalances. They're either deficient in their acids or they're overabundant in their acids. Like they have uric acid because they have gout. Okay? So you're going to just, you know, have all different types of things happen. And then so when you get thirsty, you'll drink water, you get on the toilet again, you get off again, you go sit down, and all of a sudden you have another wave of waterfalls. You drink water because you're thirsty. Because what happens is you'll find that when you're thirsty is that you start feeling your lips parch. You start seeing the effects of the salt and the electrolytes taking the water, but you're also, you know, there's water in the J juice, but then you start feeling your body kind of like parch up, and then you get thirsty, and then you drink water, and then you waterfall. You drink water, and then and that's the electrolytes. You have now rehydrated your body, and the electrolytes and the micro and macronutrition, the acids, all balance each other out. The electrolytes and the salt balance out the lactic acid. the water balance out the salt. The micro and macronutrition your body needs because people are malnourished. This is why it's a perfect storm of a healing process. And then why you see the rapid healing and why people look different after they've been on the J juice for a while. Okay? And then we all, or dry eyes, yes, and then we all kind of look like we're the same age. That's what it comes down to, is that we all look like we're the same age. You could not tell apart the age difference. Krista, I know, is so younger than me, but eventually we're going to look like, you know, we're the same age. I think we already probably do. If you have a father and a daughter that's doing, or father and a mother, or father and a son doing the J juice, you don't want to see any generational differences. There isn't a generational difference. The only thing that you would know how old someone is if you actually got a telomere test. When you actually test your telomeres, and then you find that your telomeres are somehow, you know, are basically the same. That's how you can see how far someone is away from death or how close someone is to death. So the whole point of J juice is to lengthen your telomeres, because age is just a number. It's only relevant when it comes to legal and illegal, when it comes to dating and or controlled substances like alcohol and cigarettes. So yeah, you know, because your daughter's 36 and you want to, you know, you think the age of where you're being your prime is 36, doesn't always mean that. It's actually going to be the telomere length. It's going to show then how similar you are in the age. And Stevie G goes, I partied with a group of the same age ladies at the weekend, mid-50s, and I look like they're kids. See, isn't that, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's going to be so amazing. I mean, look at you, Stevie G. I mean, you're looking in your world and you see the difference, and maybe they know you're doing the J juice, maybe they don't, I don't know. And you're going to be knocking people's socks off in 5 or 10 years, guys, as this is like on, you know, on the market and out there. And people around me are aging and decaying all around me. It's going to be like, I'm going to sit kind of smug. You know, it's not good to be smug, but I'm going to be, because I'm like, hey, I'm vindicated. I'm looking younger than some of my friends that are like 10 years younger than me. Woo, I'm already cold. Woo. Okay. And so anyways, this stuff is amazing, and you guys, it's worth it. It really is. There's nothing to lose with J juice, and that's why, you know, I mean, that's why I'm still here. That's why I'm still on Facebook. That's why I'm still have a website, because it's already been tested in a lab. It's already been relatively substantiated in some way. And everyone that is affiliated with everyone that's affiliated with J juice is really interesting in some way. Everybody is. Whether you love me or hate me, you are now a very interesting person. And make that count for something. So no matter what, J juice has given people enough minerals to keep going. And that right there is great. My naysayers, my supporters, you are that much richer knowing who I am and promoting me in whatever way, shape, or form. And that is a testament. That says a lot. So it's worth it to you. Okay? It really is. It's worth it to you. So that's how I have to look at it. And so yeah, so today is picking up dog poo and doing waterfalls. It's going to be a shitty day. But hopefully you won't have a shitty life, because you will be releasing the excess crap out of your body. So you're not dealing with DNA methylation. What is DNA methylation? When you have so much crap in your body that the fumes are causing mutations to your cells, causing anomalies. Okay, so we're releasing the excess poop in your body so you don't trigger DNA methylation, methane. Okay, and that's what I'm saying. Relative to your perspective, will have you demonize the biotech industry, which I understand, or have you understand why they exist. They're not intentionally trying to destroy you. They're just giving people what they're asking for because they don't know any better. And neither does people in biotech know any better until someone introduces them a possibility. And then it gets substantiated by a number of people who are not afraid to take a stand. And so that's what I look for, people who take a stand publicly, if not privately, but they're not stealing my minerals 24/7 or picking my brain or procuring new clients. Okay? Because that's the only takeaway I get from people who don't put me out there publicly, is they're doing something a little bit nefarious. And maybe not, but I don't know that. All right, so I'm going to go do my waterfalls and do my day. But you saw me down, 4 cups of this, and I probably just took it off another 10 years just after that, because I see now my face looks different after that. Okay, and you guys just keep doing the Jilly Juice protocol. Keep doing it. You have nothing to lose that you haven't lost already. Okay, I'll talk to you later. And thanks for your support, everybody. I appreciate it. Bye.